In this video, we're talking about the book The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber and how it will change your photography business. Although it's not strictly a photography book, the principles it teaches apply directly to photography businesses. Let's get into it. Hey there, if you're new here, my name's Chris. I'm teaching you photography and how to start a creative business. I want to say a special hi to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. This video is a little bit different from my others, but bear with me. You'll learn key principles for your photography business that'll help it grow, improve your photography, and help you manage all the day-to-day tasks effortlessly. I know this sounds like a big promise, so stick around through the entire video to learn how we're going to accomplish these goals. The E-Myth Revisited is a really popular book for small businesses, just like your own photography or freelance business. When we decide that we want to turn our photography passion into a business, we've reached a point where we want to make money doing something we love. We've been taking photos for years, and now we think we're pretty good. We want to ditch the 9 to 5 and take photos all day long. In reality, it doesn't really work this way. When you go into business, you put on a lot of different hats. You're no longer just a photographer. This leads us to the first principle of the E-Myth. Every small business owner takes on 3 distinct roles: the technician, the entrepreneur, and the manager. What I described earlier is the role of the technician. You're doing the photography work in your business. You're taking the photos, editing photos, finding inspiration, all the things involved in that process. This is the technical work of your business. This is the passion that you pursued and you love doing. This is what made you want to quit the 9 to 5 and become a full-time photographer or freelancer. But when you start a business, it's not that simple. There are 2 more roles to fill and they're equally as demanding: the entrepreneur and the manager. The entrepreneur is the one with the vision. They're the one that says, we're going to serve 100 clients next year. We're offering these types of photos and these types of video packages. We'll be charging this much and delivering this much value. The entrepreneur works on the business, not in the business. Let me say that again. The entrepreneur works on the business, not in the business. This is a key distinction between the technician and the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur is constantly figuring out how to strategically grow the business. This can be figuring out new ways to reach prospects, developing new marketing campaigns, perfecting the sales process, improving the customer experience. The list goes on and on here. The technician, on the other hand, performs the tasks that are necessary for the business to operate. Now we got one more role in the business: the manager. The entrepreneur plans the vision for the company, the technician does the groundwork, and the manager is the link between those two. The manager implements the entrepreneur's vision into the company. This can include writing standard operating procedures for repetitive tasks, planning out daily, weekly, and monthly projects that have to get done, and checking in every so often to make sure that the technician is doing the correct work. Now I've been talking about 3 different roles here, and when you start out, you're doing all these yourself. At this point, there's a good chance you might be thinking, I didn't sign up for this, I just want to take awesome photos. You want to be doing the technician's work. Now, what the author Michael Gerber says to this is to just get a job working for someone else doing the technical work. If you have zero interest in building and managing a business, then just get a job as a technician. The roles of the entrepreneur and the manager are just as important as the technician, and if you're not willing to do that work, your business won't move forward. You'll spend 1/3 of your day doing the photography work you love and then 2/3 dealing with the stuff you hate. If you want to get a job as a technician, starting your own business may not be for you. But if you're excited to build something that you can call your own, if you want to figure out a plan to reach new customers because you know what you offer will provide them with tremendous value, then put on those hats and build that company. The next part of the book talks about how to scale your business. How do you grow? The easiest first step is to hire a technician, someone that you can train to take over some of those repetitive tasks. Now, before you go on and say, whoa, I'm the photographer, I want to be doing everything, this is my company. I get that. You can still do a fair amount of the technical work. How about instead of editing all your photos, you hire a contract editor? You can teach them your style and they'll save you hours on every project. Those hours saved will go towards building your business, taking on more clients, and making you more money. Now you can even hire people to take on all the other technical roles in your business too. But how do you know they'll get the work done the right way? It's time to talk about standard operating procedures. I know this sounds like corporate stuff that you're trying to escape, but it's really not that. These standard operating procedures are just simple checklists for the tasks that you do. You're taking on the role of the manager to write these. Let's say you do simple white background product photography. A checklist example could be something like this. Get white paper and roll it out. Put your camera on a tripod at the height of 48 inches. Set your camera to f8, 1/125 shutter speed, and ISO 100. Set the flash on a 45-degree angle to the right of the paper. Place the product directly in the center of the frame, press the shutter button. These are super simple instructions that most people will be able to follow. As a manager, you just wrote out all the tasks the technician has to do. Now we can take this example and apply it to all the tasks you have to do in your business that don't require too much critical thinking or creativity. You can then find people to do these tasks and you can focus your energy on growing the company. Now, if you're saying, Chris, I don't care about growth, I want to be the one doing everything, then you need to consider finding a job doing the technical work. It's really hard to have a business that'll survive if you're wearing all the hats. You're either going to work so hard you'll burn yourself out, or you won't get enough clients to cover the bills. Now, there are definitely exceptions to this, and I know plenty of photographers that are doing everything themselves and they're successful. This video, however, is about the E-myth and the strategies to employ to help you along the way. Now, before we go on, if you're getting any value out of this video, please drop a like below. I love teaching this stuff, and your support really helps me make more of these. If you want to stay notified for future videos, please consider subscribing. Finally, the last part of the book is talking about the systems in your business. These are pretty much rules in running your business. For example, what happens when a client agrees to work with you? Let's see, you have to get info on the project, you have to create mood boards, have a prep call with the client, send them an invoice. Right there's a lot that happened. Having a systematic approach means that the same thing happens every single time. A systematic approach to the above scenario could look something like this. Client signs a contract, you send them an onboarding form and invoice for the deposit. They fill out the onboarding form and what they expect from the project. You create a mood board and schedule a prep call. Now, if there wasn't a system for that, instead of an onboarding form, you might be sending 10 emails back and forth with this client, 3 emails back and forth with a different client. If there's no system, this could also lead to delayed payment or confusion on whether to send a check or do an online deposit or pay with a credit card. With no system, maybe the client wants to schedule a prep call before anything else, and in this situation, you don't have enough info in order for that prep call to be worth the time for either party. Having a systemized approach will eliminate headaches, wasted time, and wasted money. Now, this is just one example, but building these systems out in your business will be integral in your long-term success. The systems eliminate your need to make decisions because the system makes the decisions for you. The same thing happens time and time again. All right, you made it to the end of the video. Let's recap real quick. Every business has 3 main roles: the entrepreneur, the manager, and the technician. Most people fall into the trap of starting a business and only doing the technician's work. It's vital to execute on all 3 of these roles. In order to scale your business, you need to bring on extra help and train them using standard operating procedures or checklists. These are simple instructions that you can develop that anyone can follow. Having systems in your business will be critical to long-term success. I want to hear from you. Which of these roles do you find yourself in most often? Do you have systems in place and checklists in place? I'm grateful that you chose to give me your attention. I know your time is valuable and you chose to spend it with me. If you learned anything today, give the video a like, and if you want to stay notified for future videos, consider subscribing. All right, I'll see you on the next one.